To round number 3 of the Formula 2 Championship of VRL Season 5. We're on to Monaco, our third race of the season. We've had the two new tracks on the last race in Vietnam and Zandvoort. Came home the winners, Kerem and Monster. We'll see what can they do today, what would they be able to achieve in this tight little track. Lot of opportunities for the new guys that came from Formula 3 as well. They're coming to attend this race, as the Formula 3 race had two less people to attend the race. So here we are then, right about to start qualifying for the Formula 2 race. I'm Andrej Mill, and I'm here with Felix. Both have two drivers.
Hello.
And so Felix, what kind of things do you expect, or who do you expect to run up front all day long? And from the time trial times from a couple of these guys, what can you say about their performances?
Some new reserves were very quick, and they were lucky to have a seat, this race. So I expect the likes of Levi and Yuri to be somewhere at the front, because their time trial times were very fast.
Well, so as we wait for the drivers to come out of the pits, let's take a look at the current standings after two races. So right here, Wakanda Raring actually reserve actually joined Renault this last week, replacing Manel Antunes. He is the leader of the championship, 29 points. Unfortunately not racing today. Right behind him is Kerem, the first of the drivers currently racing, 28 points. He won the first round, didn't quite have his day at Zandvoort. Had quite a few incidents, had drive-through penalties, and it just didn't go his way. He's still P2 in the championship. NK7B is running in P3 in the championship, 26 points, finished second in Vietnam, and P6 in Zandvoort, and up there in fourth, really close to those guys as well as Monster, driving the Red Bull today. Became a main driver this week, drove a reserve for the other races, and then the other driver, Sam, not racing as well for Ferrari. Avesta is currently 6th. He finished on the podium last time round. Enzo not racing as well. He was Red Bull driver. And Balliner, one of the reserves, became a main driver as well. Unfortunately also not racing. TRT James is running P9 with 10 points, and X18 is P10, also not racing this time around, as the drivers head out for their first runs in qualifying, one of the most important parts of this circuit. It's a really tight circuit, not a lot of overtaking spots, so you want to start up front, you want to get that high position early on and try not to get damaged, and basically try to survive the Monaco circuit. It's very tricky for some drivers. See every driver out, all drivers out on track except for the McLaren of TRT James, so we'll see what happens here. There's one of the AlphaTauris now beginning his lap is Joey. Let's go on board with him for a lap.
Something I've noticed: all drivers stayed in their pit box for at least a minute. So maybe there will be some rain or something in the race, because it took them very long to get out.
Yeah, it did indeed. We'll see with the drivers if there was anything like forecast for rain, but if there is, that could make the race really interesting. As we go with Joey now up to the tunnel. He's going to be the first driver to set a time here. Up into the chicane, the bus stop chicane, out of it, third gear. Now onto Tabac, finishing the second set. Oh, hit the wall. Now, has he got damage? I think he does on that. Yes, he does. On the right side of that front wing, he's invalidated that time, so he will not be setting a time yet. Meanwhile, right behind him is Luke and Nick, still on a flying lap, quite flawless, coming around the line right now. What is the first time of today going to be like? It's a 19.5 from the Renault reserve driver. he was set up the first time. TRT Kimi only does a 1:11.7. Stowley only does a 1:11.4. Let's see one of the Red Bulls now approaching the line. That's Levy, goes a 1:9.4. That's the fastest time so far. Kerem now beats that time, goes 1:9.3. As there's MK17 running in 4th place. Nick Pancras goes 5th fastest. Batboy, also one of the F3 drivers, going in 5th place. As the other drivers start to come out of the pits, and everyone finishing their times. The F3 guys, Batboy and Luke and Nick, setting quite good laps. Monster goes 4th only, behind Luke and Nick. So these F3 drivers setting good times here. That's a pretty good chance for them to show their true pace compared to the F2 guys, and maybe they get an opportunity in the future. See one of the Williams approaching the line. That should be Kimi entering the pits. So one of the Renaults. Is there anybody on the flying lap? There's Papine. So now 18.7 through the first sector. What can he do on the second sector now? Approaching the swimming pool, the bus stop chicane, sorry. Now on to Tabak, he'll go finishing sector 2 in a 53.1 seconds. Unfortunately I couldn't see what was the fastest time sectors like, but here comes Papine then. Round the final 2 corners in Raskas, and up to the line, getting a little bit held up by Avesta beginning his lap, and he will only set a 1:11.5. He'll just go ahead of Kimi, as Avesta was right in the way at the end of the lap, beginning his first flying lap of the day. First lap in the Mercedes for him here in Monaco. We'll go on board with him. Oh, he's hit the wall. He has hit the wall, and think he has got damage from that, or maybe that was just lag. I believe it's not showing any signs of damage on that front wing, so it seems to be all okay still for him. The Notic's also just beginning his flying lap as well. Go on.
Taule just crashed. I don't know if you mentioned it, but he did at the exit of the Nouveau chicane. He just clipped the outside barrier, so that's why.
Oh, that's why he did that time, 1:11.4. His time trial times showed quite a bit of pace from him, so he is a contender to fight for good points, for a good position. As just Chris goes fastest now, 1:9.1. So as we speak, Thale, one of the contenders maybe to challenge for a win, maybe a podium here today. It's his second race in the season. He didn't attend the Vietnam race. Attended Zandvoort, finished in the points, I believe. And yes, no, he did not finish in the points in Zandvoort. So 0 points still for the Renault driver. So see what can he do here. That's not a very good start for his week. As Avesta now will go 10th fastest, as Alex now goes 5th fastest. Good lap from the Mercedes driver, 1:9.6. The Notix has gone 11th. As the other drivers that have not set a time are now hitting the track, as Joey is invalidated that time again, so he will not be setting a time yet on this session. I believe he'll go back to the pits right now. There's TLT James finishing his lap, also invalidated. And there is SMA finishing the lap. He'll go 11th, 1:10.9, right behind Avesta. Quite a distance behind him actually. There is Luke Burns also invalidated. So these 5 drivers there. Ty's just began his lap. Milan Ketcher now is going to finish the lap right now. He's got damage to that right side of the front wing. He'll cross the line now, 1:12.6. And everyone fitting the soft tires. Monaco is not a track that wears a lot of the tires. They didn't quite practice the race yet, but I do believe it could be a soft to medium strategy for this race.
Yes, it is. I've looked at the strategy. Oh, Yuri just completely hit the wall at the Nouveau chicane. Okay, so it's a soft medium strategy, but the softs, they lose a lot of pace throughout the stint, so that's something to look out for. And the medium hard is as fast as the soft medium. So that's also maybe a strategy some of the backmarkers could try.
Exactly, so if you start from the back of the grid and have free tyre choice, would you go for the medium tyres, go for the hards?
Well, it depends. If I would want my teammate to win the championship, then I'd go onto hards and hold the rest up. But I don't know if I want to start on the option tires so far back because you lose time.
Exactly, and missed right here, Levy did a 1:8.7, the fastest time of qualifying so far, and Luke and Nick going in the 1:8.8, very good time from the F3 driver, and from Levy as well, of course, but really impressive to see some of the F3 drivers stepping up and getting inside the top 10, seeing Bad Boy as well in P8, SMA just missing out there in P11, and well, I believe that's our opportunity to show their pace, as I said. See if they can improve their position, they can stay right there, and what can they do from that current position. CMK17 running third in the championship, currently 7th only in qualifying, has only set a 1:10.0, see if he can improve here. He was not improving through the first sector, but by very low, by only 1/100th of a second actually. He'll hit the Novell chicane right now, and still the lap going quite clean. Going to Tabac now, 51.6, he's improving 3/10 of that time. Maybe could snatch away P5 from Alex if he can nail that last sector, and he slows down off the corner. Has he invalidated that time? I believe he has. So he will not improve for the moment, stays 7th. See now the racing point approaching the line, that's Kerem, has invalidated the out lap, now starting the fly lap. He's currently running 4th, 19.3. He did take pole in Vietnam. He has showed his pace quite a few times actually in this season. Running second on the championship, and with P1 not racing today, that could be his chance of maybe extending a gap to the rest of them.
Kimi has gone very deep into a mirror boat.
Yeah, he's on the outlap actually, I believe. It's shown here, but I don't really know. He's out on the track again. One thing I noticed from Kimi is that he does some high fuel runs in the beginning of qualifying, so he could still improve that time and get out of the bottom of the table. As see, Kerem invalidates the time. He will not improve, must head on to the pits now. Just Chris starting his flying lap, he's improving 1/10 over his previous time. That was 4/10 oh, and he got hit. He hit one of the Alpha Towers. That was Sam, I believe, the Notix. So will not improve for the moment. I do not see if any of them has got grid penalties. I don't think they have.
Just ignore track limits.
Yeah. So no grid penalties for the moment between those two. Is Levy now 1:8.7, small improvement. Still P1 then. I was just checking the race director to see if they had any grid penalty, Sam or just Chris. As see, Jorig now goes 4th fastest. He had not set a time before. That's his first lap of the day. There's a 19.1. See Lukenic's lap, and he'll go into the pits actually. Don't know if he was improving. I don't know what happened. It was not an invalidated time, but he heads into the pits. There's still time to get another run in, so he'll still have another shot. Levy improves his time, 1:8.5. Now that gap now 3/10 of a second to second place. That might be pretty difficult to take out. So see right here, TRT James now finally set a time 114.9. Only puts him last actually, as Ty's not set a time and retired from the session. So James in the McLaren has set a couple points this season. He is running 7th, I believe, on the standings, and looking to improve that time, get some more out of this qualifying session. He rounds off the final corner. What is this lap going to be like for the McLaren drivers? Seems to be improving quite a bit, and he'll cross the line, do a 19.7, go 8th fastest. Some other improvements as well. Alex did a 19.1, now goes 5th. Monster, I believe, also improved his time, 19.1 as well. It's a very close gap between Just Chris, Jerry, Alex and Monster. That is below 300ths of a second actually between those 4 drivers, which is pretty impressive. They're all really close to each other on a very technical track. That's not often you see things like this, as Kimi now improves this time, goes 16th. There are only 3 minutes left in the session. I believe the drivers are going to want to head out of the pits around now, so that they can set their final runs in on lower fuel, maybe see if they can improve anything on their times. Alex is not going to improve for the time. Maybe, I don't know, if you try to go into the pit and head out and do another lap, that's going to be very tight for him, as Kerr now goes out for the outlap, as well as one of the Alfa Romeos. I believe that is Milan Kutstra, or no, it's Nick Pancras actually. So 2 minutes left in the session. I believe now it's a time that everyone has got to set their times. If not, they'll just stay on a bad position for the race, which is really compromising in this track. So you're going to see a lot of people taking every kind of risk, as everybody has set a time already. So
MK17 2 mistakes in his lap already. Oh, and
he's spun. Yes. Oh, he's got damage. He has got damage, and I don't believe he can come into the pits and set another time. We'll see here. 149, that's very, very tight. I don't think he can set another lap in this session. Let's see, one of the Renaults now beginning the lap. It's Thowley beginning his final lap of qualifying. There's also one of the Alfa Romeos, then goes the Alfa Tauri as well. That is the Notix, and the Alfa Romeo, I believe that's Milan Kutstra, as Kerem now begins his lap, as well as Nick Pancras. 1 minute 20 left in the session. I believe that's the time you should, that's the latest you can get to go out to the pits to say your final run. As see Kerem now 18.1, improving slightly on this time, needs to improve 8 tenths to be contending for pole. It's actually just Chris has set a 18.5. I missed that. He was 7 millitenths ahead of Levy, as Kerem has made a mistake. He's not going to improve. He's already aboard to that lap, not going to improve in this session. So here they all come, beginning their flying laps. 30 seconds left in the session. Some of those guys are going to be very close at times. Some of them are not going to make it, like MK17, as we see right here. One of the Alfa Romeos approaching the line. That's Milan Kutstra. There's a 111.7. Then the Red Bull of Levy, who's beginning his lap now actually. Kerem finishing the qualifying lap, not going to improve this time. Maybe he has fuel to do another one. Jerry now that was Sem beginning his lap. There's one of the Mercedes now having a bit of trouble there on the last sector. That is a Vesta. Let's hope he can get clear of those problems. He's led the racing point by flawlessly as Semi begins his lap. The clock has run down to 0. We are over in the session. Whoever did not cross the line yet will not get to start another lap, as who's going to make it to the line right now? There's the Ferrari, no, that's Bad Boy. He's actually begun the lap, so there was some kind of glitch on the timing. It's actually not run down to 0 yet. There's
maybe MK17 can still make it.
Yes, he did. He did. The checkered flags are not waving yet. Some kind of issue with the lobby. There's one of the Red Bulls. Levine now goes into 1:8.3. That's the pole position time. What a lap by him. Kerem is going to improve to 5th fastest. Now one of the AlphaTauris, that will be the Notix. Where's it going to be like on this lap? Stays 16th. Now definitely the clock is over at this time. Asemi now is going to finish his lap. Right behind him I believe it's Alex. So Asemi will not be improving for the time being. Alex currently 6th. Can he go any faster than that time? I don't believe he can. That was a Vesta actually going to cross the line. Jerry now really close to crossing the line. Hughes improving a little bit. Can he go a little bit faster to get another position? No, he can't. Didn't quite get that last sector right. Alex will not improve in that time. And Bat Boy will go 8th fastest. MK17 is the last driver to set a time. He's improving 6/10 of a second. Could improve a lot here. Goes 8th fastest, 19.2. And as every driver has crossed the line already, Nick Pancras did not make it to the line, I believe. So these are the final results of qualifying. Levy will take pole position with a blistering lap of 1:8.398 in the Red Bull. Just Chris will line up alongside him on the front row, 1:8.5. Also in the 1:8.5, F3 driver Luca Nick 20. Very good lap, very impressed by his lap and by the performance. Also a Bad Boy running in 9th. Very good to see those guys from F3 showing what they can do actually, as we wait for that clock to run down to 0. Wait for those 30 seconds. Luca Nick and Jerry will start on the 2nd row. Kerem and Alex on the 3rd row, and the first driver to have that free tyre choice will be Thowley. Did a 1:10.1. He will start 11th in that in the Renault. So this is all the ingredients to be a very good race here. All the fast guys setting their times. What did you think about this qualifying session?
Well, obviously, as I said, Levi and Yuri very much at the front, as I said. But a surprise in Chris in P2. I don't know where that came from, and I don't know how I missed it. But look at Nick, F3 driver, P3. Crazy.
Exactly, so clock now I believe has run down to 0. It's stuck in 1. So
yeah,
there's some kind of problem there. It's saying Nick Pancras did not finish. Yeah, now we're finished for this session. And we're finally gonna get going for the race in just a few minutes time. As everyone has crossed the line, set their times and ready to race. As Vesta's got a 5-place grid penalty, I missed that. Didn't quite catch it, so Hugh starts 17th. All the way behind Kimi in the Williams. Vesta then, I don't know, what was that 5-place grid penalty for? I'm gonna check right here.
I actually heard some drivers talking in the chat about and complaining about him. So
yeah, Vesta
maybe
got a penalty for collision with Just Chris, so that was what gave him the 5-place drop on the grid start. That'll put him all the way back, which is not what you want to see racing in Monaco. So getting ready to go here for the race. It's gonna be 38 laps, 30 actually.
39.
And really cloudy, but I don't see any signs of rain for the moment. It's really cloudy. I'll see the drivers here if there will be rain in the race.
No, I asked them, but they said it was going to be dry.
Alright, so dry race all the way throughout. Strategy game will be probably on the soft medium tires. The guys behind could go for that medium hard strategy. That was also fast. We got to watch out for how long will these soft tires last, and when will the front runners pit, and will they be held up by the drivers that started outside the top 10 and had free tire choice, maybe going for the hards, for the mediums. So they could be held up in this. So here we go then, ready for 39 laps here. We're on the formation lap. All the drivers getting away here quite smoothly, no issues here seen getting off the grid. And there is Levy, the Red Bull, on pole position. That's, I believe, his first race in VRL, setting the pole position at Monaco. That is quite an achievement for Levy. He'll start with just Chris on the front row. Lukanik and Jerry will start in the second row. Lukanik, the F3 driver, Jerry also on his first start in VRL. Kerem and Alex starting on the third row. Kerem fighting for as many championship points as he can. He is running second in the standings, and as we said before, Wakanda not racing today. Wakanda, the leader of the championship, not racing today. That could give Kerem quite an advantage here. Monster and MK17, two challengers as well for the leader of the championship, starting on the fourth row. Bad Boy and TRT James starting now on the fifth row. Bad Boy F3 driver coming for the race here in Monaco in F2, as well as some other drivers. Lukanik, one of them starting P3. We go for the sixth row, Fowley and Papine. Both of them starting on the mediums. That's quite an interesting tactic here. They starting outside the top 10. They have that free tire choice. Asame and Nick Pancras starting on the seventh row. Asame has Asame, an F3 driver as well, running 13th, also starting on the mediums. Then comes Sam and Kimi. Kimi, the only one outside of the top 10 as I've seen so far to start on the soft tires. Avesta and Luke Burns.
Avesta left.
Oh, Avesta's disconnected. They're both in the mediums, and Milan Kutcher and Tyres also on the medium tires at the very end. So here we go then, ready for the lights to go out. The 5 lights ahead of the drivers, and
Avesta's.
oh, and Avesta's Ghost has jumped the start. Now Sami's got to drive 2 penalty for jump the start. The lights are out, away we've gone. Seems to be a good start there by Just Chris, who tried to drive around the outside. Oh, and he's hit the wall, he's got damage. He went side by side there with Levy through the first corner. That did not go well for him. He's lost that left side end plate. Jerry now has gone past him, as well as Kerem. Lukanik now up into provisional second place. As Avesta's disconnected, Ghost has led him in
carnage.
first place. There's carnage up there in the back. A lot of damage also for these guys. So there's one of the Renaults into the wall and jamming up everyone. That is Thowley. Thowley just made a dive right there. That was way too optimistic. Ends up in the wall, and a lot of drivers in the wall. We've got a safety car already. So no retirements, but a lot of drivers with front wing damage. A lot of parts missing on that front wing. As Avesta, that internet issue has let him go ahead of the grid. So you see here the predicted strategy. Soft mediums is an option, as well as a soft hard. Medium hard also an option here for those guys that started outside the top 10. As let's see if anyone goes into the pits. I don't believe they will. I don't think the hards will make it to the end of the race. The guys have got front wing damage. Of course they're gonna have to come in to change those, change that front wing and put up new tires, see what they can do in the race. Kimi gone up 7 places with all the pits, now running 9th, and see what tires those guys put right there. There's MK17 putting on the mediums, most of them putting on the hards, trying to go to the end of the race. Milan Kutcher, Papine, Thowley, and nearly everyone, as Milan Kutcher's slowing off pit road. I don't know what's happening. Yeah, now he's got up to speed. He lost 1 position there to Thowley. But there he is, back onto that car. Avesta then, current leader of the race, technically actually. He has his disconnected car, and some kind of issue put him up there. Crazy start for this race. What do you think about the start of how things shaped up in those first few corners?
I was actually on board with Dowley, and he broke too late going to Mirabeau. Then I don't know, he just kept his foot down on the throttle, and I don't know, he went up the inside of two cars in the hairpin. So it's something the stewards are gonna have to look at, because I don't think it was fair.
Yeah, giving a lot of guys a major setback here. So we saw just Chris as well getting damage on that first lap. He lost quite a few positions before the safety car came out, so that's quite a big problem for him. He went around the outside of Levy, nearly got that move done, but I believe he just overshoot that throttle pedal and just snapped it away and hit the wall slightly, got damage and forced him to pit already. So 11 drivers have not pitted yet, 10 drivers have not pitted. Some of them started outside top 10, have got the medium tyres as Somi and the Notix. Kimi also started outside top 10, but he opted to start on the soft, so he'll pit soon as well. Safety cars should probably come in this lap, I believe. So we see right here, I'm checking the chat, Marcus just said he got pushed from behind. I don't know who's behind him, so I don't know who caused that, but really big jam on the hairpin. Also, it's the tightest part of the track, I believe the tightest part of any track in Formula 1, so it's very easy to have those kind of issues right there on that part of the circuit, as no sights of a safety car coming. Now there is. Safety car will be coming in this lap. The cars will be back rolling. Levy will technically be in first place. Vesta disconnected, will probably lose all those places that he gained on that start. As Same will still have to serve that drive-through penalty for that jump start as we get back racing here. Levine will head the field ahead of Lukanik, Jerry, Kerem, and everyone now getting on the line and starting to race back again as one of the drivers.
Just spun.
Yeah, Thali spun off the last corner, and coming off the safety car, he has spun off, has got wing damage. That's basically his race ruined here. Right after the safety car getting damaged, now he's dropping back massively. But we are going green right here. Levy from Lukanik, Jerry, Kerem, Monster and Alex, as everyone will get past the ghosted car of Vesta Racing. Here comes Alex as well to get past him, his teammate moving up into 6th place definitely. So that gap up front there, very tight between those two, Levy and Lukanik, 0.4 seconds. They've got a little gap there from Jerry, 1.1. So as everyone heads past into the 3rd sector, lap 4 here, we're going to see what strategy games we are going to be provided with as soon as the drivers start coming into the pits. First driver to have pitted, of course, we're going to have to watch out for MK17, pitted for the medium tyres actually, and Just Chris, pitted for the hards, same as serving his drive-through penalty. Is Just Chris pitting for the hards, maybe could make it to the end of the race. I don't think so, but anything could happen here. I don't know the amount of safety cars that there will be. There's already quite a few penalties being distributed. We saw TRT James getting a penalty, saw Thowley also getting a 3-second time penalty in this beginning, quite chaotic. I don't know, some kind of, it's Kimi is disconnected as well, so
I'll give him invites.
Oh, I don't know what's happening to him. He seemed to be ghosting to him, now seems to be back. Yeah, now he's back into his position in 7th. But Thowley then into the pits, now heading out to...
Nick might be going for a move down the inside of Luke Burns. He gets nose alongside and they touch like...
Oh,
Lewis
and
Hamilton
Luke Burns has spun off. That was probably like Lewis Hamilton and Max Verstappen, as Kerem has gone into the pits already on lap 5. don't know what tires he's gonna put on.
Yeah.
Has he got damage? Yes, he does. So he'll put on the mediums. He's not gonna go to the end of the race, I assume, on these tires. And I assume he will also head out behind everyone but Thowley. And yes, he will. So now Monster moves up into 4th position. Some kind of glitch is putting Kimi on last place through the 2nd sector, but he's currently running there in 6th, right ahead of the Notix. Yeah, he's trying to be a lap down actually, but yeah, there's some kind of issue with him, but that's just the game. We'll move on. Seeing the battle here, everyone's done the DRS from the top 3. Monster 1.4 back, trying to catch up to DRS. Alex is there right behind Monster. Stally is retired from the session. I believe that is there going to be a safety car? It's just Chris has got a 3-second penalty already. He went into the pit, so no safety cars. So, to James. I don't know what happened there. He had a crash in the swimming pool chicane. No safety cars. We'll keep going here. Tyres has apparently got damaged. Heading into the pits. As well as Luke Burns. Who is in the wall? I didn't quite get that.
Karam. Just hit the wall.
Has he got a lot of... Yes, he's lost he's lost the left side end plate actually. Oh, big setback. He's gonna have to pit anyways, but that is a big problem for him. He's gonna have to replace that front wing once again, and not a good race from Karam so far, and probably not gonna be a good race to the end. Let's see, Alex now's got a 3-second penalty for multiple warnings. These 3 up in front, all in their DRS ranges. Levy now getting close to pulling a second to Luke and Nick. I believe Luke and Nick has got DRS. He passed on the detection really close, and he does have DRS still, but for how long would that keep up, as Jerry's now dropping back from Luke and Nick, so quite a few gaps being built now. Milan is losing quite a few positions. And some kind of issue with him at Raskas. Gonna have to dive into the pits. Very busy pit lane here at the start of the race. So, and those soft tire runners, they're gonna have to pit very soon. The top 6 actually is there's Kimi there. So when these guys pit, we're gonna find out very soon. It's at about lap 11 on that graphic right before the race starts, so
Alex is really close. No, he's not.
Not going to go for the move yet. So it's MK17 going for a move at the Notix. The Notix cuts a little bit of the corner, gets a 3-second time penalty, but is able to defend the position from MK17. For how long will that keep up? We're about to see. The yellow flag's being waved. That's for TRT James, I assume, that had retired in the swimming pool chicane, but Lukanik has now cut the gap really much to Levy. 0.4 now. Luke Benz has got another 3-second time penalty. So Lukanik keeping that gap up, forcing Levy to maybe do a mistake.
Is past
the Notix, yeah, didn't make a pass as Sandoval. That should have been a great move. He has those fresh medium tires actually. He's gonna go long on this set, and he really close to Kimi there on the hairpin. Really outbraked himself, but gets away from it without further damage. So, as I was saying, Lukanik putting that pressure up on Levy could make him do a mistake, maybe get a penalty, or crash, get damage or something like that. That's all Lukanik wants for the moment. He's got a second behind. I believe all he's looking now at is up front, looking to catch Levy. He's got more than a second to Jerry. Jerry's not on the DRS anymore. Monster is losing out. to Alex
Oh my
Womberg,
god.
2.8. Oh,
Chris
just
retired on
Chris.
purpose.
Oh, just Chris has
Oh
gone
lord.
into our safety car. Safety car's been deployed. I believe that's going to
He
be
got
quite a
damaged.
penalty for just Chris. Safety car. Now, the soft tire runners have gone past the pit lane, and they will not be coming in this time at least. So the top 5 running the softs maybe will pit under the safety car. None of this, they couldn't quite get into the pits on this lap. But there you go. Levy
Jeremy in
now.
the pits again, so that's very good for his race.
So
Well, it
yeah,
should help him.
Karam, yeah, that's quite a help for him. Just Chris, he meant to the wall there at Raskas. So let's see here, what are the top runners gonna do? Karam now goes back onto the track in 14th, right ahead of Milan Kutstrip. Actually 15th, as Kimi has some kind of issue that's putting him down in 18th, but he's up there as Levy now goes into the pits. I believe as will do Lukanik, Jerry, everyone, yeah, everyone coming in on that. Everyone coming in running on the soft tires had to come in, right? So they're coming back onto the track. There's one guy also pitted, that's Sim, running mediums. He hadn't stopped yet. Kimi also in the pit lane. So here you go then, everyone back onto the tracks. MK17 will be leading the field, as not everyone could catch up to Levy Lukanik. They are still second and third, so they will be looking to get. Oh, the Nojek's got a 3-second penalty for corner cutting. I don't know what is that for. So here you go then, safety car period. Let's see what happened there in the race. Nick Pancras running 5th has got a little bit of damage actually to that right side of the front wing. So I don't know, when did he get that, or if you have to pit. Nick Pancras, I don't know what's happened. He must have hit the wall or something, but it's staying out. Apparently everything seems okay on this side, so not diving into the pits yet. So we wait for the safety car to come in again. Second safety car deployed of the day. So MK17 will lead the field this time, running on the medium tires, as well as Levy and Lukanik. The two behind them, behind MK17, should try to go to the end of the race, but I don't believe MK17 can make it. On those medium tires, he has to do 38 laps actually on that set. Don't think he will be making that. Bad Boy is pitted already for the hard tires. He should be going to the end as well. Nick Pancras running on the mediums. Don't think he will make it to the end either. As well as Jerry and Alex gonna make it to the end. They're both pitted for the hards. Differently from
softs.
Oh, Kimi's put on the soft tires. I don't know.
Oh, it's 8 laps. Why is he not pit? Oh, it must be a glitch.
Yeah, he did pit. But I don't know what's happened there. He's put old tires. Or some kind of glitch. Some kind of glitch is maybe putting back that tire wear.
On my screen, he just lost his front wing out of nowhere. I don't know.
Trying to see here. Apparently nothing still. But yes, he has a little bit of damage. The left side end plate is gone. He's currently running, I believe, 11th. Yes. So he had to return to the pits anyways. To pit out of those soft tires. So everyone stacks up. Believe the safety car will be coming in this time round, and I'll finally get back to racing here in Monaco. So yes, safety car will be coming in this time around. MK17B will lead the field to the green flag. Right behind him, Levy on those fresh medium tires. Can he make the move on this tight track? Very difficult to nail an overtake, but we'll see here as we're rounding off the final corner and we're ready to go back to racing again. Oh, there, everyone's stacking up, coming onto the straight, but there we go, everyone back on the throttle.
Oh no. Yeah.
Bad Boy is now going to pen. Oh, this major crash there. Nick Pancras and Lukanik has just drove him into the wall. Lukanik has lost a lot of that front wing. And he's going to hit the wall again. Those two up front pulling away, but now Samey now is retired from the session. This is true carnage here. Bad Boy trying to make his way past. Lukanik has got a lot of damage. He's going down the inside in the hairpin, and he's got that move done. That's a great move right there. Jerry also going on the outside. Wow, that's a very good move. Look at that monster coming in on the inside as well. They're going almost 3 wide there through the tunnel. As Monster would try to go around the outside, Jerry down the inside. Oh, they touch. Jerry has lost a lot of places up there. Has lost to Pepine, and Alex now moving up to 6th. A lot of action here on that restart. But those two up front, yeah, those two up front pulling away. They've got 8-second gap to Luke. Oh, there's a dive right there from Jerry. I believe he gave damage out to Alex. I don't know. But there he is back into the pits. Luke and Nick was doing such a good race, but then unfortunate crash right in the return of the safety car. The Notix, Milan and Bad Boy, as well as Nick Pancras, all having to go into the pits. Nick Pancras actually retires from the race. But there you go, 8 seconds is the gap between second place and third. Levy from Monster. Sky has cleared, so we should be free of rain for this race, definitely. But there they come. MK17, I didn't quite see if they have penalties. Levy has got only 1 warning, as well as MK17, so penalties are not going to be the question here, as they go around the swimming pool in this lap 14 of the race. MK17 leading Levy. MK17 fighting for those positions on the championship. A win here would absolutely give him a huge advantage in terms of the standings. But there you go, DRS right now enabled.
Almost.
Really big oversteer right there from Levy. That was so close to hitting the wall. Monster will now set the fastest lap. Bad Boy as well. Yeah, Bad Boy just did a move right down Milan Kudster, moves up into 12th, trying to salvage something out of this day. So the top 10 now running. MK17, Levy runs 2nd, Monster in 3rd, closing that gap to the front 2 runners. Alex now runs in 4th, as Jerry runs in 5th on the Alpha Tauri. Pepine is, oh, there's contact. Kerem's into a wall. He tried to make a dive right there on the hairpin. That didn't work. He's drove himself into a wall. Doesn't seem to have a lot of damage. Stays in 7th, but now has lost a lot of time to Pepine on that. Luke Burns running in 8th. F3 driver doing a solid race up there. Had a couple incidents actually, but he's staying up there with the guys in front. Ties up there in 9th place, and the Vestas ghosted Mercedes in P10. As there we go, Levy will have his first shot with DRS here. MK17, can he go for the move? Not yet, he'll stay behind him at least for 1 more lap here. MK17, 0.4 seconds, they'll probably keep this gap up. And MK17 is rather holding Levy up, because Monster's closing that gap very quick. 5.6 right now. It wasn't 7, it wasn't 8 actually. About 2 laps ago, I was looking at Levy trying to go on the inside of the hairpin, didn't quite work out. Trying to find a way past MK17 at any cost. As Bad Boy's had the fastest time, he's on those fresh tires. As there is Levy not going to catch him this time, staying up there in P2 for the moment. I believe the best overtaking spots of this circuit are in turn 1 and on the Nouvelle chicane. So as turn 1 you've got DRS, I believe that's a better chance he's got here. 3/10 away from the Ferrari, really close to his tail here, and he'll probably go for a move here into the Sandavot corner. He tries to find room to go, didn't quite get that, to stay in second for another lap, as Monster says thank you to holding him up. MK17, he's closing that gap really rapidly.
Oh, Yuri's
Yuri's,
oh,
has he got damage now? I was going to see here.
I couldn't see.
Yeah, it's showing another camera angle. You can't see. Can't see from Alex's rear either.
Oh yeah, that's new.
No, there's no damage apparently to that car. 3/10 still separating the front two runners. 4 seconds to Monster and closing. Monster could be in a fight for that top spot. As the Notix returns to the pits once again. Lukanik has had some kind of problems once more.
No, it's again.
Yeah, so Lukanik has also got another. Oh, there's problems. Jerry is spun out. He now returns into the track right ahead of Kimi, currently running 8th. Jerry doesn't seem to have damage. Yeah, Levi's going for it down the outside, a little bit of ghosting there. They're going side by side up the hill, and they make contact. They're into the wall. There's a really tight part of the track as MK17 has been driven onto the wall. Now ghosting has got quite a bit of damage there. Monster's already closed up to those two. Levy gets away. Has he got damage now? Levy, I believe he does on both sides. Both sides. That's falling all into the hands of Monster here. Could get past his teammate, move up into first place. That could be his chance of winning 2 races in a row here. This is crazy between Levy and MK17. As Monster moves fast, Levy has let him by into the lead. Alex still 5 seconds behind.
Just can't get past.
There are a lot of contact there. Tries to go around the outside. That's not going to work. Stay there in 8th place for the moment. There's already a 2-second gap between Monster and Levy. Levy will now go into the pits. Alex Bomberg will be in 2nd place ahead of Papine. Those 3 guys, Monster, Alex and Papine, now currently the podium runners, with Karen running in 4th. Luke Burns now moves up into 5th place. Jerry in 6th. Ties in 7th. Then we have Kimi. Kimi's back into the pits. So MK17 in 8th, Levy in 9th, and actually Bad Boy is going into 9th right ahead of Levy, so Levy will stay in 10th and last point scoring position. There's now 8 seconds separate Monster and Alex, the 2 leaders of this race. We're only halfway through the race and we've had this much excitement.
MK17 lost his front wing again.
Oh, yeah, he did. He lost that place to Bad Boy. As now he's got a 3-second penalty for corner cutting right there on the hairpin. Levi's going to get close and maybe try to get past him right here at the Nouvelle chicane. These two are fighting for first place. All those setbacks have now set him up into 9th and 10th as Levi go down the inside and has made it through. And he's gone up into 9th place, and I believe MK17 will have to pit once more. Yellow flags in sector 2. That seems to be something that.
For it again. Luke Burns. It's not leaving in.
There's more contact there. Cement plate is flied off. I believe it's Luke Burns. Joe has now moved up ahead. Luke Burns has completely lost that left side of the front wing. Tyres will probably move past him very soon. So Jerry now moves into 5th, but at the expense of giving damage out to Luke Burns. Now, will those guys up in front make it to the end on those medium tyres? They need to do about 30 laps on these tires. It's gonna be close, I believe, but they will be making it, as I presume. I'm gonna see if the pace has dropped off on those medium tires. Yeah, Monster seems to have dropped this pace quite a bit on the last couple of laps. He was running in the 112s, did a 113, then all the way down into 14th. Actually did a 13 last time around, but he's not having the same performance that I was having at the beginning of the stint. His tires got a 3-second penalty for multiple warnings. Yellow flag in sector 2 again. There's nothing out there. It was showing something close to happen. There goes Levi past Bad Boy. Bad Boy's gone into the pits, as well as Luke Burns. Has Bad Boy got more damage? Luke Burns now was running in 5th, had to defend from Jerry, unfortunately got that crash, had to pit as well to replace the front wing. Now comes back onto the track in 8th. Has Lukanik in 9th. Now where is Kimi at? Kimi had that issue with the internet. He runs 9th actually. Kimi as Alex 9 seconds behind Monster, but still clear of Papine. Papine's on that DRS, could go for a move, but Papine obviously has a 3-second penalty. Alex is 6 seconds in penalties. Alex is into the pits. Kerem has got 6 seconds of time penalties as well.
Alex is replacing his front wing.
Yeah, did he get damage on this lap? I didn't quite see that, but that's gonna promote Kerem into the podium places. And he's really close to the back of Papine, could go for a move pretty soon. So we'll see right here what happens between these two. Quite an exciting race so far. 10 seconds already. Monster's got another safe gap for him up front, but I'm not so sure if he can make it to the end of the race on these tires. I don't remember. I believe Alex was on the mediums as well. Oh, the Notix is retired. There's a virtual safety car out. There's 2 guys into the pits. That's Milan Kutstra and MK17. They are now back into the pits. Under this virtual safety car, they're not going to lose as much time as they would in normal conditions, so they're still going to come back there in 13th and 14th. The last places nearly lapped. They will be as they head out of the pits. Actually, MK17 is lapped by Monsters, who now go back into racing. DRS is enabled once again, and Kerem has rather lost a lot of time to Papine. He'll not be able to make the catch or sound of odd. Maybe try to go for it in the next lap. Lost time in that virtual safety car, and now running there in 3rd place, podium place for him after all that's happened on this race.
Oh, Lukanik, I think he hit Kimi.
Has anything got down? Oh, Luke Benz has drove himself right into the wall there, might have damaged. The yellow flag's being shown once again down the hairpin. As Lukanik moves past Luke Burns, don't see damage on either Williams cars. So the last 2 cars in the points actually are Luke Burns and TRT Kimi. As Bad Boy runs.
Kerem almost went for it into the back.
So
Didn't quite see any horse legs.
There he is, really close to Papine. Can it be this time round? He'll open the DRS, try to get close enough to him. 0.3 of a second, 0.2. I believe he's got it. Which way is he gonna go? And he couldn't quite switch to the inside in time. Has to stay behind him for one more lap. It's now Monster getting close to lapping the Alfa Romeo. MK17 is actually unlapping himself, ghosting through Monster. He's on those soft tires. They're not going to make it to the end, but he will probably try to make the fastest lap outside of the top 10 to get that. But oh, he's got more damage now. tried to move past Milan Kudra, got more damage, so he's gonna have to pit once again to try to score that fastest lap as Kerem, still close to Papine, but not close enough at the end of the straights to make a move. Jerry's still 3 seconds behind him, as well as Ty is 3 seconds behind Jerry in the AlphaTauri. Jerry in those hard tyres gonna make it to the end safely. Now those 15 laps remaining in the race, they're gonna need to go on those medium tyres up until 29 laps in total. So they're showing yellow flags in the whole track. However, I don't see anyone being crashed or just left out there on the track, so stay green for the moment. So they are 12 seconds. Kerem has actually moved past Papine up into second place. Those penalties, I believe they're equal. Actually not, actually Papine has got less penalties than Kerem, so if he can keep up the pace, he might just get that second spot away from Kerem, as Alex on the fresh mediums trying to catch up to Levi. Levi is catching up to Thijs as well on the old medium tyres. Old as MK17 is now retired. Safety car once again. He's retired there in the swimming pool section now.
That will be good for Monster. He can come in now.
Yeah,
he's going in.
He does. He is coming in. He had this 12-second gap to Kerem and Papine. Now will Kerem come into the pits as well? He will, as well as Papine. They're both in. I believe they'll both put on the medium tyres to the end. They both started on the softs, so they will go onto the Oh, actually Kerem is serving a penalty in the pits. He's going to put on the softs, as well as Jerry. I don't know if the softs can make it to the end here.
Well,
need
it's
to
only
see
13
here.
laps.
Yeah, it's 13 laps, so they could make it eventually. Alex has moved up into second back again, as he had pit before the safety car. Papine back ahead in third. Kerem now runs fourth on those soft tyres. Jerry runs in fifth. Bad boy, don't think he pitted, runs sixth. Ty's seventh. Levi went back into the pits, runs in eighth. Luke Burns in ninth, and Luke and Nick is running in 10th, as Kimi is running in 9th technically at this point. So safety car deployed for the third time today. I'm gonna see where other drivers are gonna stack up as they come back to racing in a few laps time, and how effective will the soft tires be in both ways, in the way that they'll be fast in the beginning of the stint and then should be slower at the end. They'll be really worn out at the end of this race, so there's a lot to look out for as we wait for the safety car to come in.
It's not in this lap, right?
Don't think so. Haven't seen anything yet.
Oh, wow. Milan Kudra is stuck behind Ava Racing.
Oh,
Because
he can't get...
he's not allowed to
yeah, he's not
overtake.
allowed to overtake, yeah. I mean, that's a really
Kimi
big
also.
problem, actually. Kimi as well, right behind him. Can't get past either. So, that disconnected car of Avesta is getting in that way, and that will make Milan Kudra lose quite a bit of time to the other guys. I don't know if he's going to be able to catch up to the safety car queue, and if he will, how long will it take? As Avesta doesn't come into the pits, he's still 21 seconds behind Luke Burns, so it's going to be very difficult for them to catch up to the pack. Really big issues with both these guys as we wait once again for the safety car to return.
Which percentage is the AI on?
I believe it's in 41.
Okay. Yeah,
So,
sometimes we put it up to 85 just for these kind of reasons.
oh,
But or for disconnects, you know.
yeah,
Well, it's what happens sometimes.
yeah, they're catching up back to the pack again. 13 seconds, 14. It's gonna be really difficult for them to get on. I don't know if the safety car is returning this lap. I haven't shown yet. Milan Kutcher's now got a
Yeah.
3-second penalty on the safety car. He's gone past
he's-
Avesta. I believe he'll get an in-game penalty for that.
Oh well. Oh, he's slowing. Oh my god.
He's slowing to give the position back to Avesta. That's gonna back them out even more. As a safety car for his happiness, actually, he's gonna be glad
Vesta's
to see the
pitting.
Vesta's into the pits. He's gonna be glad to see the safety car is staying in the pit, is staying on the track for one more lap. Kimi will now move into 12 as all the drivers there into their grid slots. Grid slots, no restarting spots. Monster and Alex the first two with Papine, all of those on fresh medium tyres. Kerem running in fourth. Batboy had disconnected. He's now returned. He's running in sixth. Kerem and Jerry on those soft tyres. They're going to be two guys to watch out as we're going to get back into racing probably in this lap. Batboy on the medium tyres. Did not pit on the safety car. Gained quite a few places. Going to see the penalties for the rest of the guys. Monster is 6 seconds in penalties. Alex 6 seconds as well.
13 places.
Oh,
Nice.
what?
Yeah, Tees gained 13 positions from his start.
Oh, that's really impressive actually. Ty is very big contender then for driver of the day.
Yeah.
As we're gonna get going, Lukanek's now got a 5-second penalty for collision with Luke Burns. So Monster now slowing everyone up to get back onto racing as they go out to the final corner. It's Monster from Alex, from Papine Kerem, Jerry Batboy Ties, Levi Lukanek and Luke Burns rounding off the top 10. Everything seemed to be clean here in the restart. No one trying to do overtake moves into turn 1. So everyone going through. Monster, can he build enough of a gap here initially to Alex, trying to clear that DRS, and can Kerem get past Papine here for that podium place? I believe Papine is only 3 seconds in penalties, and he does, so that's playing part of his advantage to both the guys in front and behind. As Jerry is has also 3 seconds, but as you can see, he is behind. He is quite a few places behind Papine. He's got Kerem between them. As Monster then leading Alex, can't see the gaps. That I think he's got 1 second. At least Alex has got 1 second to Papine, I believe that's for sure. As the yellow safety car once again.
How?
I don't know what was that for.
Oh, I think some people are gonna get screwed by being put behind the safety car.
Oh.
Unless the safety car stops. Oh,
Yeah.
yeah, Yuri's almost
Yuri.
hit it.
Yeah.
Oh, that safety car is so dangerous.
Especially on that spot, it's so tight. Lukanek stuck behind the safety car. That is pretty weird because there he is, Luke Burns.
Look at the Williamses in the pits.
Yeah, both in the pits. Now, Luke Burns, he was the one then that brought out the safety car. He had the wing damage, and Kimi also went into the pits, and I don't know what for. He's going to put on the soft tires to the end. But then another safety car, 4 safety cars on this race already. We're nearly going to hit the 1 hour mark in this race. of length, and we still got nearly 10 laps to go. If we keep having those safety cars and everyone finishes that close to each other, Papine could be a contender for taking the win at the end. So he'll just want to stay close enough to Alex. Oh, Monster faking. He's going to pits there. Almost hit the wall. Trying to do so. Is no one coming into pits, obviously, on this late safety car. They'll catch up.
If you go into the pits now, you're screwed.
Yeah, you're not going to be able to get past everyone, so there's basically no point in coming in right now unless you have got damage. So, see here, everyone closing up. We're going to get back into racing in just a few laps time.
Okay, something interesting. Pine made 3 stops, Karen made 2 stops, Bad Boy, Tease, Levi, and then Luke and Nick in Milan Coachtrap 4 stops, then Luke Burns 5 pit stops, and then Kimmy also 4 pit stops. That is quite a lot for I don't know how many safety cars there were. Possibly.
Yeah, there were 4 safety cars counting with this
and
one.
1 GSC.
Yes.
I didn't know that was possible.
Yeah, that's quite a lot. I believe that's the most I've seen in a league race so far, but of course it's a track that makes it quite irregular, I can see.
Yeah.
Monaco is a very difficult track to make it to the end of the race. I'm glad we still have those drivers here, those 13 drivers. They've been surviving that race. Wait for Kimmy to catch up to the pack, as safety car will be staying out for another lap. So Sylvester has now lost a place to Luke Burns under the safety car. Yeah, Luke Burns is going to get massively held up if he didn't get past Sylvester here. I wonder if he could get a penalty for that. But anyways,
so just Kimmy almost there. Has anyone got wing damage? I'm curious.
I believe
Because that's gonna be painful for them.
yes, it will be. I'm gonna see here. Yeah, the amount of stops there. Luke Burns 5 stops. Then there's nobody still on the track that made only 1 stop. Monster, Alex, Papine. Monster and Alex did 2 stops each, as well as the Ghost of Avesta and Jerry. Papine, Kerem, Bad Boy, Ties, Levi did 3, and the rest 4 or 5 pit stops. That's really much for a 50% race. So see if we're gonna get back into racing this time round.
Hopefully, because I want to get a move on.
Yes,
there
safety
it
car
is.
is coming in this lap. Lukanik has lost quite a bit of time to the other guys. I hope he can catch up still. But there you go, there's Monster holding everyone up until the start, until the line. Oh, there's contact there between Alex and Papine. And Alex has got a 5-second penalty for that. Alex did not see Papine coming on the inside. And now they make contact right there as Lukanik's now diving into the pit. So going green once again. I don't know if Papine is damaged because of that. Here comes Karen right on the tail of the McLaren. Couldn't quite get the move done. So one of the Alfa Romeos into the wall. That's Milan Kutstra. Into a wall there at the rise up the hill in Sector 1. There's Monster then, 9/10 clear of Alex. Alex has got that 5-second penalty now. He's gonna need to pull off a big gap to Papine. I believe Papine's being held up by some kind of problem. Karen should go for a move here. It's really close to the back of the McLaren. Oh, couldn't quite go for the move yet. He's gonna have to wait for the next opportunity here. He's trying to get past the McLaren of Pepine. Here comes Monster then to finish up and get 6 laps to go in this race as he will cross the line. And well, there's Monster on those medium tires trying to set the fast lap of the race. I actually didn't quite see who set the fast lap of the race so far. That was Bad Boy. Yeah, the 111-1. I believe he did that on the soft tires, maybe in between one of his stops. And outside of the top 10, currently Lukanik did a 112.1. He was doing a great race, but then it all went wrong. As soon as he made contact with, I believe it was with NK17, no, I think it was with Levi. I don't quite remember, but still,
I don't know either. There's so much.
There's so much going on. Race. As Pepine is really holding everyone up here. He's got some kind of problem. Alex is almost pulling those 5 seconds already to Pepine. He needs 8 actually, because he's got more on track penalties.
He's lost his left. Oh no, he doesn't. Sorry.
DRS is back enabled. That's going to be a problem for Pepine. It's going to be really difficult to hold up Kerem and Jerry. Another 3-second penalty. Yeah, that's now the second penalty for Pepine. That puts him behind Alex. Currently, Alex has already got those 5 seconds. So the battle there between Monster and Alex is going to be quite safe for the moment for Monster, as he's got 5 seconds less of penalties. Ty's now in a battle with Levi. Oh, there's big contact there. Both lost their front wings. They're trying to go side by side around Portier. That didn't go quite well. Ty's turning into Levi. Levi's now got a 5-second penalty for corner cutting, but Ty's missing that front. And Levi's out of the race, hit the wall, out of the back. Are we gonna have a safety car because of that?
I made a mistake.
Pepine's losing places. He's down into 5th. Karen's now up into 3rd. There goes Bad Boy trying to do a move as well, going around the outside on Sandevot, makes it clean. Moves up into 5th, but a lot going on here at the end of the race. 4 laps to go, and Monster's got 1 second clear of Alex. Alex needs to keep up those 5 seconds to Kerem, so that he could keep up 2nd place. So, wow, a lot going on here. 7 seconds. Again.
Yeah, it is now P12, obviously.
Yeah, Ty's now dropped all the way down as he had that contact with Levi. Dropped the front wing off. And there is Alex 1.5 back, but he is keeping that gap up to Kerem in those 7 seconds. That is great news for him. He could keep that 2nd place. He started in 6th actually. Monster started in 7th, so quite an impressive comeback from Monster. Oh, he's hit the wall.
Does he have damage?
I don't think so. No, he doesn't. No. But he's lost quite a bit of time there.
Oh.
That was scary right there. I was on his onboard, and that snap of oversteer out of turn 3, nearly getting a lot of damage and nearly ruining his chances of getting a podium here. He's still got that 7.6 seconds gap that he's got to keep up to at least. He's got to at least preserve 5 seconds of that to Kerem, as he's got 5 more seconds of penalties than what the Racing Point driver does. Monster's win right here is going to put him easily on the top of the standings.
Lukanik, oh, what did Milan Kutstra do?
Lukanik and Milan Kutstra fighting up there.
Checked him.
Lukanik's got damage again on that right side of the front wing to go on the penultimate lap of the race. Monster leading. Also got another car spun right there. That is Luke Burns. He's now able to get going again.
Papine and
then he snapped oversteer. Oh, Papine. They're all really close to each other there, from 5th all the way down into 7th. Bad Boy
Kimi,
Papine and
7th.
Kimi. Oh, there's
Papine.
contact. Papine just made a dive right there on the hairpin. That's giving it down. Oh, that puts him in the wall again. That's all falling into hands of Kimi there. Kimi could still get Papine here. I don't know how many penalties does Kimi have, but he could get both of them if he keeps himself clean. He doesn't have penalties at all, does Kimi, as Bad Boy has apparently got 10 seconds in time penalties. I don't know if he served any of those. Anyway, Papine has 6 seconds, I believe. 11 actually. He went speeding in the pits. He's absolutely lost that front wing entirely.
Really go for it. Kimi's going. Oh.
Papine's lost the whole front wing. He has to stay out. We're on the final lap. Papine's gonna stay out to get those points, but Kimi will get past him up into 6th. Now, can Kimi catch up to Bad Boy? Maybe steal that 5th place from him. We're on the last lap. Monster's got a 3-second gap to Alex that should turn into 8. As I believe Monster has got 6 seconds in time penalties, as well as Alex did on. Yeah, Bad Boy had some damage. Kimi could still get past him. Trying to find a place here to get past, but on the last sector here, it's gonna be an old dream race for Monster. Started 7th on the grid, didn't quite have the qualifying he expected to, but he's going to come around the last corner in Monaco, and it's going to be back-to-back wins for the Red Bull driver. Monster will cross the line to take the checkered flag and win the Monaco Grand Prix, as Alex finishes in 2nd position in the Mercedes.
Bad Boy made a mistake.
And the last podium place will go to Kerem as Kimi moves up into 5th. Kerem will cross the line in 3rd, and will he keep that up? Yes, he will. Kimi was going to come home in 5th, surviving all the incidents. 4 pit stops on the race. He'll come home in 5th. Bad Boy crossed the line in 6th position. Papine was only going to finish 7th, as he lost that front wing, as Lukanik, getting a little bit of damage at the last corner, finishes 8th. Actually goes 7th, as Papine had more penalties than him. Tice finishes in 9th, and the last point scoring position will probably go to Milan Kutstra. No, it's go to Luke Burns actually on penalties. So what a win for Monster. Back-to-back wins on his only 2 starts in the league. So driver of the day in the game given to Tice. So that was a quite chaotic and eventful race. Monster coming home with the win. What a race we've had here.
Wow, that was incredible indeed. Well, incredible in some way. It was quite chaotic. Obviously, with I don't know how many safety cars there were, to be honest.
There were 4 safety cars in total.
Yeah, I thought that there was maybe one more at the end, but.
That last one is actually the 4th, but anyways, the other podium celebrations. Monster getting his 2nd win. Alex, I believe that's his 1st podium in the league, and Kerem finishing 3rd, good for his championship hopes, but Monster will get that championship lead. See if we can invite any of them to the party so that we can have the post-race interviews.
Yep.
With Monster, Alex and Kerem. So the fast lap award will be going to Lukanik 110.9 inside the top 10, and outside the top 10 will go to Milan Ketstra, the 113.9. He'll get that bonus point. Only 12 finishes. Sylvester 1 lap down, and unfortunately disconnected. But what a race we've had here, and this is the end of the Monaco Grand Prix. All results are due to the steward's investigation, but still a great race from most of our drivers. We've got Kerem Interparty, great finish there in third position. How difficult was it to bring that car home in the podium places?
This race was so crazy, man. I started P5, but then I spun. I had damage. I pitted for the mediums, and there came safety car after safety car after safety car. But then the last safety car saved me, so I got the podium. I'm happy with that. But yeah, that's how my race went.
So yeah, very good performance there. That's very good for your championship hopes as well. But quite unfortunately for you, you are gonna have to defend from now Monster, who's currently the leader of the championship. What a win from you, Monster. We've got you in the party. Now got 7 points of advantage in the championship. How does that feel after winning 2 races in a row?
It's feeling pretty good. After this hard race, it was really stressful with lots of safety cars and incidents. To win this race, it's pretty nice, and win 2 races in a row, it's better, and to be also leader in VRL.
So how difficult was that to get the car through, and how did you react there to that collision between Levi and MK17? They were right ahead of you. So how was that in your point of view? How's the race?
Was that with the blue flags? Was that the lap cars? Or
No. It were the 2 leaders.
oh, I don't remember. I'm sorry.
Alright, so thank you very much for your time, and congratulations on the back-to-back wins.
Thank you.
Can I say one thing?
Yes.
Yeah,
Vamos! Kiwi P5!
Alright, that's a very good performance by Kimi as well. Very good P5 by him. Seeing if we can get Alex into the party to get the interviews. Hasn't joined yet, I believe. Not yet. Now he has. So, Alex, we've got here in the party. So that P2 finish, first podium in VRL. What was it like to drive around all that carnage, and how difficult was it to avoid all the incidents? We've got the same problem again. Yes, we can't hear. Now I believe. Alright, good. So what was it like through this race? How difficult was it to avoid the incidents?
Because it was relatively clean, especially until the safety car. But I heard from Sem, who was a little bit further back, that it was a bit carnage. And there was, I can't really remember, but there was a big pile up at the safety car restart, which I didn't see very well, but I think it involved one of the runners. And I picked up a little bit of damage there, and then got damaged a couple of laps later, so I made the decision to pit to the mediums to change the front wing around lap 20. And from there, just pushed, kept it clean was the main thing, but pushed as hard as I could within the limits of the car. And there was a few safety cars, so everyone else pitted, and I don't know if Kerem and Yuri behind had damage, or they were just slower on them tyres, but yeah, I was able to pull a gap, and I was given a 5-second time penalty, which I believe will be removed.
Yeah.
But no, I don't think it was as carnage as it maybe looked from your perspective. It was just mainly about keeping it clean. and picking up the pieces.
So yeah, how does it feel to get the first podium of VRL on your VRL career actually, on all seasons?
Yeah, obviously started F2 last season. I feel as if it's been coming. At the end of last season, I had a few P4 finishes. I finished P3 in Abu Dhabi, sorry, and got penalties which knocked me down. And then in Vietnam, I was running effectively second and disconnected. So yeah, it's great to be here, but the main thing is I want to try and continue this throughout the season.
Right, so thank you very much, Alex, and congrats on the podium finish.
Cheers, guys.
So we believe that's it for the race today. A lot of drama, a lot of excitement on this race, and we'll see you on the next round of VRL next Saturday at the same time. We'll see you then.